Hey guys, it's Austin here with Out Jeeping, and today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. We're just going to be doing a quick update on the channel. I got some new projects that are coming in, and I got some old projects that are done with. And then we're just going to be talking about the future of the channel and what direction it's going to be going basically. So a lot of stuff to go over, so let's get started. Alright, so first things first, some of you guys may have already noticed, but from the last few videos is that I've changed locations. I finally moved out of my parents' house, and I have just an apartment right now, and I have this single car garage right here that I'm working in. It's not as big as the other one, obviously. It's only about 23 by 10 feet wide. So I can actually work on a Cherokee nicely in here, but if I didn't have all this other stuff, I can work on a full-size truck or stuff like that, but unfortunately, I can't really fit in here with it being so cramped like this, and I have lots of parts and cabinets and tools and everything like that. Alright, so to give you a quick view of the space that I'm working in, as you can see, I have the Jeep in here and don't have much room because I do have a snowmobile in here. I got actually a 4.0 engine on a stand back there. Got my toolbox, a bunch of cabinets filled with stuff, and as well I do have a bunch of containers filled with Jeep parts, and then all the parts that go to that engine that's all torn down. My intention was to build a stroker for my Jeep, but just never had the time or the money at the time to actually get that done. But that might still be a future project I might do. Is over here, I did pick up some red doors for this Jeep because, as you know, they are pretty rusty. So that'll be a future video. As well as I did stumble across this XJ overhead console, so I'll be showing you guys how to install that as well into this red XJ right here. Now next on the list, some of you guys already know because I've announced it on this YouTube channel under the announcements, and as well as on Instagram and Facebook. I've actually sold my silver XJ. I've had a guy contact me from Oregon actually. I didn't have my Jeep up for sale if you're asking anyway, but he just was really interested in my Jeep, had a great offer, and you know what? I put a lot into that build and everything. I thought I'd never sell it, but the offer was good, and honestly, it's time to move on to more projects. There wasn't a whole lot I really wanted to do to that Jeep. If I want to do anything else like axle swaps or engine swaps, obviously that's more expensive, and I just don't have the time or the room to be doing all that type of stuff right now. So I basically just had to fix up a few things. He had to get it emissions tested and everything for Oregon, so I just put the pre-catalytic converters back on and the main cat on there, hooked up the O2 sensors, the downstream ones, and got everything so that way the check engine light came off, as well as fixed a couple other little areas of rust. But anyway, got it looking really good for him, and he came out, flew out here to Wisconsin, looked at it, liked it, and then he had a shipping company come pick it up. But yeah, kind of sad to see it go, but that was a couple months ago, in case you're wondering. Next on the list is I have a new project that I'm going to be introducing to this channel. It's a 1978 Jeep J10 pickup truck. Now this thing was used by my girlfriend's dad. They used it as a logging truck for the past 10-15 years, but on the title it's actually a one-owner vehicle, which is actually kind of cool, just from a neighbor friend that's up north, which is actually where the Jeep is right now. It's about 2 hours north of me, so it's not really convenient for me to work on it all the time because obviously I don't have enough room in here to be able to fit that Jeep in here. But eventually in the future I'm going to try and get some more content, maybe go up there and get a video or two made. Eventually I would like to have it down here. I might look at other storage places where I can keep it for now, or maybe just try and get another garage here. That would be the ideal situation, but I'm hoping that by next year, maybe next summer, I can have a place down here, and that way I can be working on it just about every weekend. That would be really nice. But overall, let's talk about the Jeep a little bit. Obviously, it's in rough shape. It's been outside majority of its life, and the last 15 years it's just been sitting in the woods. And about a couple weeks ago, we finally put it underneath a tent, so that way it keeps dry at least. But it does have, the typical mice that are in there, so you got to shoo them out every now and then. But it does run and drive. I've actually done a little bit of work to it. It needed a mechanical fuel pump. That was bad. It wasn't drawing any fuel from the tank. replace a fuel filter, and I also did a quick ignition tune-up on it. I added some spark plugs, wires, cap, rotor, so that way it would be running a little bit better because it did have a little bit of a misfire. And also I did change an oil on it because it hasn't been done in like 10 years. That's what the date was on the oil filter. So the body on this thing, obviously it is not clean, like I said earlier. It does have its fair share of rust on it. It's going to need new rockers, it's going to need new floors, and some body panels, especially where the seams are on the bed. It likes to rust out along there, but it does have a clean frame on it. There's even places that still has the original factory paint, so the frame on it is actually really solid. And as far as the front of the Jeep, it did have a little bit fender bender from probably just using it as a log truck in the woods. The driver's side is a little bit crushed in on the front bumper, so that'll be something I might be looking into fixing. It also just has a variety of dents on the fender flares because they are steel fender flares. They do have some dents and scratches and everything, so it's definitely not the cleanest thing. As far as the interior, everything I'm going to be end up replacing on it, except for the dash because that's actually not cracked. It's in pretty good condition. The gauges don't really work right now. I think just the temperature gauge actually works, but other than that, it's going to need probably mostly rewiring on it. But that's going to be coming up pretty shortly because I do have a Jeep cables. I just making me some new Jeep cables to put on that Jeep because it does have issues when starting. So, but as far as the seats, they're pretty tore up. It does not have a bench seat. It just has bucket seats in it, but the material on that is pretty tore up on it. So I might get that reupholstered or see if I can find some aftermarket ones or even some that are original that are in better shape. The headliner, it does have a hole in it because mice found their way in it, and yeah, so there's a big hole right above your head pretty much. And then as well as seats, I'm probably going to look for new carpet kits to put in there as well because obviously those are pretty chewed up. So as far as drivetrain in this thing, for engine, it has a AMC 360 V8, which actually runs pretty nice. It's an automatic transmission, and I've taken it down the road maybe 45 miles an hour. Hard to tell without a speedometer, but it seems to be shifting pretty good actually. And as far as the transfer case, it actually has a Quadra-Track four-wheel drive. So in case you don't know what that is really, it's similar to an MP242, but basically when you don't have any like four-wheel drive engaged, it acts like an all-wheel drive vehicle. And then what's actually pretty cool on this is that it has a vacuum switch. So if you open up the glove box and turn that vacuum switch, it turns into four-wheel drive lock, and then it has a lever underneath your driver's seat, and that engages it to four-wheel drive low. But along with that, it has Dana 44 front and rear axles, and you can tell that it has the Quadra-Track four-wheel drive if the diff in the rear is actually offset to the passenger side, just the way that the drive shafts are all set up. But it's a leaf-sprung vehicle, front and rear. Cooling system on it, it's got a small hole in the radiator, I can tell just from corrosion and everything like that. But like I said before, I'm going to be getting some Jeep cables from jeepcables.com on it because sometimes it actually won't crank and you have to jiggle the wires around the solenoid to get it to go because they're pretty much frayed. So moving on to the rear of the vehicle, the bed on this thing, it's a long bed J10, and I think the original floor on the bed actually rotted out, but a long time I guess someone actually put a new thing of metal right on top of it and just welded it in, because if you look from underneath, it kind of looks like the original floor that was in the bed, and on top it just looks like new sheet metal that was there, but obviously not painted since it's all rusted up. Unfortunately, it does not have a tailgate on it. I guess that was lost years ago. There's people out there that are, trying to look for it, but take my losses on that one. It's a pretty iconic piece, but unfortunately it's not there. So that's pretty much it, and a quick overview on the condition that it's in. My goal is actually just to get this thing mechanically sound, get it driving down the road and everything like that, and eventually the look that I want to have it for is just a small lift and get some 33-inch tires on it. I think that would look pretty cool on it. And then as I get it all running good, I'll start working on the body work and making it, look a little bit better than what it is right now. So that's pretty much it on the J10. I'm going to try and get as much content as I can, maybe a couple videos by year's end, and hopefully next year I'll be on it and getting it mechanically sound. So right now my focus is actually on my red XJ. You might have seen it in the last few videos. Right now my girlfriend's just driving it, but there's some things on it that can be redone. So I'll have a lot of content on that for sure coming soon. Alright, so another announcement that I'd like to make is that I do have out Jeeping stickers for you guys to purchase, or actually purchase pretty soon. I'm going to be releasing these on Etsy for you guys to purchase. As you can see, we have two different sizes here. We got the 2 by 6 inch ones, and then we also have 1 by 3 inch. I do have these in a variety of colors. So right here, these are just the 2 color decals. I also have solid colors like white, silver, orange, as well as for these 1 by 3 stickers right here, I have solid colors as well. And I do have 2 editions. As you can see, I got the new J10 one because that is going to be the next project to this channel. And then I also have the Jeep Cherokee XJ that's right down there as well. But stay tuned because I am going to be releasing these guys soon. I'll post a link in the announcements page on the YouTube channel as well as social media, so you guys should be able to find that easily and purchase one for yourself if you like. But overall for the channel, I'm going to try and get as much content as I can for mechanically repairing stuff as well as upgrading things, because I really like doing that and I really like teaching you guys as well. But that is going to be a wrap for today's video. Just a quick overview of where I'm at and what I'm at with projects and stuff. But if you guys have any more questions or on the J10 build as well as the anything Jeep Cherokee, make sure you leave them below and I'll be happy to answer them. And hopefully soon I'm going to be having those out Jeeping stickers available on Etsy for you guys to purchase. But if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to the Out Jeeping YouTube channel. It helps keep the videos coming. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.